Tomorrow marks 21 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. And as each year passes, the importance to the phrase never forget, always remember gets stronger. Students in Massachusetts are doing just that after being commissioned to create a sculpture using a piece of steel from the rubble at Ground Zero. That sculpture is now installed at the new Shrewsbury police station. Joining us live there are Shrewsbury Police Chief Kevin Anderson, metal fabrication instructor and retired Navy Chief Neil Mansfield, and some of the Assabet Valley Regional Technical High School graduates who helped make the sculpture, including Mallory Baldinger and Amber McDonald. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me start with you, Kevin, as the chief. What does it mean to see your community be willing to build a beautiful sculpture that helps people remember what happened on 9/11?
Peter, as you know, almost 21 years ago today, our lives changed forever. And it was very important for the Shrewsbury Police Department to have a memorial to honor those who rushed in to danger to save innocent lives. And it was a great community project for us to work on, and the students at Assabet Valley did a wonderful job building this memorial.
Neil, you're a retired Navy chief. You're the lead instructor. Talk to me about this, the sculpture, where the idea came from, how it came together.
Sure, Peter. First of all, it's a vocational education, hands-on training and education where these young men and women train to go into building trades and welding and fabricating and sheet metal and pipe fitting and so forth. But the way this came about was the town of Shrewsbury, Mr. Baldinger, Mallory's dad, and the police chief approached us through the school, and they said, what your skill sets would you be able to sort of fabricate and weld a sculpture? And we embraced that. The students here that of the left and right just took a design, an element, and they just it was very easy on my part in terms of getting a sculpture together, because it was 100% the students' interaction with it.
Let me go to one of the students then. Mallory, you heard the police chief, even now, 21 years later, talk passionately about the events of 9/11. You're a little bit younger than the rest of us. It's something that you read about and hear about more than experience. Talk to us about what building this sculpture, how it helped you connect to the events of 9/11.
Honestly, it kind of just brings you closer to the people around you. I mean, building this sculpture, we met so many people who told us about their lives and what happened that day, and it just kind of makes you feel closer to an event that I wasn't even alive for. So it's like something that you should remember forever because it brought people together. And that's what this sculpture that we made is doing. It's bringing people together. And being able to help with that is like a great honor.
Very well said, Mallory. Amber, same question to you. I don't know if you were alive when 9/11 occurred or not either, but why do we need to remember? Why are sculptures like this important?
No, definitely. I wasn't alive when it happened. I mean, we grew up hearing stories about it and our parents telling us about it and our older siblings, but we weren't alive to experience the feelings that how it was affecting everyone, and we just didn't experience quite the same way. So I totally agree with what Mallory said. I mean, being able to be a part of this project and research it and talk with people who were there, it definitely brought us closer, not only as a group and as a metal fabrication program, but from generation to generation, as a younger generation and an older generation. I think it really brought us together in an emotional way.
Chief, you got to be proud to be, protecting a community that has this kind of perspective. Real quick, last word.
Absolutely. I couldn't be more honored to have worked with them. They built a long-standing, beautiful 9/11 memorial that is going to be able to be seen for generations. And I want to thank them all. Thank you all.
Absolutely. And Chief, we want to thank you and your department for your service, everything you stand for, and for your desire to get something like that in your new station that remembers 21 years later those horrific events, but also the heroism that came from it. Chief Kevin Anderson, Neil, Mallory, and Amber, thank you so much for sharing this with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.